Coming up next, how to answer the question, why should we hire you? And then, U.S. workers are among the highest stressed out people in the world. I'm going to talk about that. Plus, we take your calls, and it all starts right now. All right, welcome to the Ken Coleman Show. Coming to you live from our Ramsey Solutions studios in Nashville. Welcome aboard a conversation about you and your purpose. We're going to help you really learn who you are. What's your uniqueness, that unique talent, passion, and mission. Talent's what you do best. Passion's work you love to do. Mission are the results that you want to contribute to the world. How do we get those in alignment for you to fulfill your unique role? You were created to fill a role in your work, through your work. You are needed and you must do it. Life is too short to just work a job and work to live. How about living to work in the form of living to contribute? All of us want to make a difference. We want to make a paycheck and we want to make a difference. I'm going to show you how you do both. So no matter where you are in the journey, we have 7 stages that will give you tremendous clarity on where you are, what you need to do to get where you want to go. 844-747-2577 is the phone number. 844-747-2577. Okay, question we get a lot. Ken, I got a big interview coming up. One of the questions that I'm stressed out about is, why should we hire you? This is a very common interview question or something to that effect. Maybe the words are a little bit different, but they're essentially saying, hey, why should I give you the job? And this is really important because at the end of the day, this is the one question that really gets to the heart of what a hiring manager is after. They're trying to eliminate you. Is this a candidate that we're going to keep going with? Or is this a candidate that we're going, got to move on? So when they ask a question like this, what makes you the best candidate? Why should we hire you? This is a big question. So I'm going to give you 3 things that will allow you to answer this. You prepare for this, and whether they ask this question specifically this way or not, you will be able to use this, okay? Very simple breakdown. Nathan, I should have given you this beforehand, but I didn't. Maybe you can follow along. It's pretty simple. I'm going to give you the 3 so Nathan can put them on the screen for those of you that are watching live and watching later, okay? So here are the 3 things that you're going to highlight about yourself when they ask the question, why should we hire you? First is talent. Second is effort. And third is attitude. Talent is first. Effort, attitude. So you're going to answer a question. Okay, I've got the talent. I can do it. I've got the effort. I'm going to give the effort. I will do a really good job. And third, I'm going to have a great attitude. I have a great attitude about this. I want to do it. Now let's just break that down. Why should we hire you? Well, I got to tell you, I've got the talent. Before I applied for this, I looked at the job description and I looked at what's required, and I can tell you with great confidence, I have the talent, and you could even throw in experience here if you wanted to. I've got the talent, the experience, I can do this. So you're looking at them with confidence. You're saying, I can do this. That's how you answer this. 3 parts. I got the talent. I can do it. You're showing some confidence here. Secondly, when you talk about effort, hey, no one's going to work harder than me. I'm okay with this brag. The kids like to call this a humble brag. I'm fine with this. I will work harder than anybody else you're going to hire. That's effort. You're saying, I'm going to give you maximum effort. I will do what it takes. Third, this attitude. It's like a 3-point outline. And I literally would go through it in this order. You can use your own words. I'm just giving you essentially a speech outline. The third is, I've got the right attitude. I'm grateful for this opportunity. I want to be here. This is something I actually want to do. It's not just a job. This is something that I want to do. I'd be thrilled to be here. So you're going to get with me, somebody who can do the job, that's talent. Somebody who will do a great job, that's effort. And somebody who really wants to be here, that's attitude. It's that simple. It's pretty simple, isn't it, Nathan? There's nothing to it. It's sharing your talent, that it fits, sharing your effort, that you're going to crush it, and sharing your attitude towards the whole position. I can do. These are the three things. I will do. I want to. Oh, that's really good. I'm going to say it again. That's so good, Nathan. I'm going to say it again. You get asked a question like this in the interview. By the way, this isn't just a specific outline for this question. You want to, in your entire interview, to always share with them how you can do, what you will do, and why you want to. It's a beautiful layout for them. Then they go, hey, this is a person that really wants the gig. So, simple formula, folks. Keep it simple. 844-747-2577 is the number. 844-747-2577. Let's get it started today with Marie in Jackson, Mississippi. Marie, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
You bet, Marie. What's going on?
So, just to the point, I've been at my job for 6.5 years, and I love my bosses. I love everything about my job. But I'm just torn between, at this point, looking for more income or sticking it out and staying for potential growth, but I don't know if it's really ever going to happen.
Yeah. So this is interesting because you love your bosses. They're really good people. They've been good to you. You've got some loyalty towards them, some real personal feelings, but you want more.
Right.
You want more money, but you want more than money. What else do you want besides more money? What do you want out of a job?
Well, really, I mean, I'm a mom of 3, so I would like to be able to have good income and still be able to, like with this job, I have flexibility. You know, now that COVID happened, if I have to, I can work from home during the summer. You know, I go in when they're not in school, so I would need, you know, those times when I get a call where in the middle of the night I have to take off because one of my kids is sick. It's not often, but when it does happen, I would need a career or a job where there is flexibility because I'm both the provider and still, you know, the caretaker of my children.
Okay,
you know?
Good. So, yeah, absolutely. So here's what we want. We want more money. We want continued flexibility. And I think in some ways you want more responsibility. You want mobility. You want to grow. You want to move up. Because as you move up, all those other things can come with it.
Right.
Okay, good. So here's the deal. The reason I had you walk through that is because I need you to hear you say to me, hey, these are really nice people. They've been really good to me, but there's a lid on me and I want more. So it's time to think about moving on. It's time to start taking steps to move on. And pretty soon I'm going to move on. You got to wrestle with that. And you got to be okay with that. You do realize that makes you a very normal person. It also makes you a really intentional person who wants to do more for her and her kids. That doesn't make you a jerk. So I think you got to get over the feelings of disappointing these people. I think that's a big part of this. Am I right?
It is because like they're awesome people.
I get it.
And
but wait a second.
Amazing.
Just because they're awesome doesn't mean that you should stay put and you should accept average.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Right. Yes,
okay,
sir.
Then. All right then. So now let's talk about what we want to do. Do you have some ideas, or were you just calling me to say, hey, Ken, is it okay to leave? Because if that's the question, the answer is yes, it's okay to leave. You're not a jerk.
Well, it's really like, I guess I don't know what to do next. You know, I don't have a degree under my belt. I have thought for a long time now. I've thought about a claim adjuster, and but then I'm like, a girlfriend of mine, her husband is a claim adjuster, but he does cat claim adjusting to where he goes, you know, different places if there's, you know, he actually leaves the state. Which,
so that's a challenge for you because you got the 3 kiddos.
That wouldn't be something, right. It would be more like, you know, working for an insurance company in the area for, you know, cars, getting them wrecked. I just know it brings good money.
Yeah, good.
If you apply yourself, right?
Right,
Which
but
I am a great worker.
There's no question.
Like you were just talking about the humble brag.
Yeah.
I know I'm a great worker.
Yeah, you
right?
are. Yeah, you are. You got high character and you're highly motivated because you're a mama bear of 3 cubs. Let me ask you just a real quick question. Are you telling me you've got no support, family or friends that could help with the kids from time to time, or if you've gotten a pinch? Are you on your own?
Yes, I'm on my own. Now, my dad, the house that I rent is from my dad.
But your
So
dad's not in
daddy
the
could
area?
no, he's close by, but he gives me a break on rent,
How
so
old
I'm
are the
not
kids?
paying. They're 11, 11, 9, and 4.
Yeah, but I'm saying you have no family in the area that can watch the kids. Are they in daycare?
Right.
They're in daycare all
Yes.
the time?
Well, now they're in summer. Now it's summer, so I'm staying home with the girls for summer. But Rose goes to daycare.
Okay. So you need more community. This is not why you called, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I'm going to challenge you that you're doing all this on your own, and that's really, really hard. And I think it's making it harder than it needs to be. And you're going to have to develop community, whether you start going to church or you start getting involved with people in your neighborhood and doing life with people. You're going to have some support. And I'm not saying where it's, you're doing this to try to freeload your kids off on people. That's not the point. That's not who you are.
No.
But I am saying you need a support system to where you've got some options.
Mm-hmm.
So that in this next season, if you want to make some more money and make some moves up the ladder, that you're not limited because of the kids. But you've got the daycare and you've got the summer stuff, so it looks like everything's okay there. My point is, I'm trying to encourage you, but I don't want you to make that a crutch. And I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying I think it's a fearful thing, and you shouldn't be afraid of it. The kids are going to be fine, and you're doing good now. So you need a better job. And flexibility, sure, I'm okay with flexibility, but that's not the driving factor. The driving factor for you is what is something you really want to do that you've always thought about doing and you can make good money doing it? I want you to shoot your sights a little higher. What is that? Give me an answer.
Honestly, I don't have
That's
anything.
Not true. True.
I really don't.
Marie.
In my mind, it's just, what can I do to make money?
Marie, before the kids, high school Marie, young 20s Marie, what'd you dream about, Marie? Don't tell me you're the only person in the history of the Ken Coleman Show who's never had a thought about what a great job would be. No, I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that. That's impossible. You'd be the only person on the planet.
When I was younger, it was like the CAD. I wanted to go to school to be like the CAD tech. But it's just that's not something I desire now.
What do you desire to do, Marie? If we didn't have to worry about childcare, we didn't have to worry about anything. We just knew that you were going to get to do something that you love, and you're going to make really good money doing it, and you knew you couldn't fail. What would you do?
If it was like a dream job.
Oh, that's what I'm asking. That's what I talk about every day.
It would be helping youth.
Helping youth. I love this. How? How would you help them? Who would be the youth that you'd be helping?
Like I'm getting emotional.
There we go. Now I'm getting somewhere. It's okay, Marie. This is what it's all about. This is what I'm trying to figure out. The dream is deeply personal to you. Who are the young people? Describe what they're dealing with, because I'll bet you have a deep connection to it.
I think I just kids from just dysfunctional families, kids that feel like they have no hope, kids that aren't encouraged, maybe like a youth ministry or something.
Good.
Getting kids off the street, kids that are abused.
Why is that?
Kids go through stuff.
Why is that? Why do you have a connection to those kids? What's in your story? You don't have to tell me all the details, but I want to know the why, because it's what's making you cry, and that's a beautiful thing. We got to figure that out.
I think it's just I just think that there's a lot of kids that go through traumatizing things, and they don't have a support system, or they don't have.
Did you go through it?
No. Overall, I had a great childhood. Overall, I mean, things happened to me as a kid that was not related to my family. Not related to my immediate family, right?
Yeah, I get it.
But just going through life and just going through life and seeing kids, seeing broken homes, seeing just the crime on the street. It's just people that I know that are affected by, and now they got the drug life that's crazy.
I get it.
Kids are overdosing all the time.
So let me ask you this. What kind of money do you need to make? What are you making right now?
What I'm making right now, gross, without bonuses, is $34,000 $500.
Okay.
And that's without bonuses. And typically they give us 2 bonuses a year,
So
one in June and one in December.
And so what are you averaging on those bonuses?
So usually in June it's like 1,500, and before Christmas it's usually like 3,000. Right before Christmas, of course, taxes are taken out.
No, I get it. So
but that always helps me.
So you're in a situation where you're about $40,000 is where you are, and so you want to make a little bit more than $40,000 would be ideal if we can start to get you there. So here's what I want you to do, just for a fun exercise. I want you to do research in the Jackson, Mississippi area. And the first question you need to answer is, who's serving those young people that I got emotional when I thought about them? Who's serving those people? Number one. Number two, and you're looking for organizations. It could be government, so that's local, state, federal government. It could be a nonprofit ministry-based, and it could be for-profit. Who's serving those young people or the families that are the parents of those young people? That's what I want you to figure out. And when you find those organizations, what you then need to say is, what are the positions they have? Whether they're hiring or not, what are the positions that they have in that organization? And I need to find somebody who works over there so I can get some more insider baseball. And I want to find out, can I make $40,000 a year or more eventually doing that kind of work? And if you can't initially, that's fine. Start volunteering for those organizations. Then you're getting in with no pressure and they're not paying you. Then I want you to look for a better day job where you've got the flexibility, and maybe you get a different day job, flexibility, better pay, and it's just a day job. And you keep volunteering, you keep doing more, and eventually maybe you step into a full-time role. That's the journey for you. So start doing that and watch opportunities open for you. Let's go to Lily in Houston, Texas. Lily, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Oh, hi, Ken. Thanks for taking my second call.
Yeah, you bet. What's going on?
About 8 weeks ago, I called into a show and asked how I can go back to my previous job, but I resigned in February. Because when I resigned, they offered me promotion, but I didn't take it. And just the first week into my new job, I started to realize I made a big mistake and to leave and jump into a new position. After a call with you, I sent out an email addressing all the questions from the senior director. And about a month later, I got a call from the director. She would like to make sure I still want to come back and stay with them for at least 18 months. And I can only return to my previous level instead of the promoted level. And if I can stay 18 months, then they will invest in my career because it was their original plan. I was pretty happy when I got on the phone with the director. But when I talked to my friend, she thinks differently because I will take a step back in title and salary. Because I made a mistake in February, so I don't want to make another mistake in going back.
Okay, so hold on. So let's stop. Because you were really happy when you got off the phone because you know all this. You know that you left and you shouldn't have left. And now you know they're giving you an opportunity to come back and it has a nice future for you, even if it is a temporary step back. True or false?
True.
Then who cares what your friend says? You felt good when you got off the phone. So I really want to lock in on what did the friend say that changed your mind? Was it just an opinion? Or did they say something where you went, oh, I didn't think about that? I think that's what we want to get into. And then why'd you call me back? That's all one big question. So answer that.
I understand that I would take a step back in title and salary. But what makes me hesitating now is a little bit is because she's mentioned that what about other people thinks about you, that you're coming back and with a step back.
Wait a second.
Something like that.
But that's just part of the deal. You know you're supposed to go back, yes or no?
Yes.
So at some point, opinions are great, but you have to make the decision. So what's your question for me?
My question for you is, if you were in this situation, what kind of question you would ask yourself to make a big decision like this?
The questions you've already asked yourself, and I think you've already answered. Should I be going back? Did I really make a mistake when I left there? So I'll just go through the questions. Did I make a mistake? You're going to answer, okay? But I'm you, and I'm going to ask the questions that you wanted to know, and I want you to answer them. Did I make a mistake when I left my previous company?
I think so.
You think so or you know so? When you called me, you knew so. The answer is so. You're overthinking this. I don't know what you have a doubt about. You were fine when you got off the phone call with your former boss. And then you talk to your friend, and your friend's going, people are going to think you're a loser because you came back in the door. That's the only evidence I've heard on this phone call that seems to me to really be affecting you. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes, I think you're right.
So you're worried about what other people are going to think about you. Oh, welcome to the human race. I don't give a crap what somebody thinks about me if I'm doing what is right. Are you doing what you think is the professional right? Is this the right move for you to re-enter this company, get reestablished, and then get back up on a ladder that is going to allow you to keep climbing? Is that an opportunity for you, and is that the right move in your mind, not your friend's mind?
In my mind, yes.
Okay, then. Done. And I get it. I'm not picking on you, Lily, but I'm coaching you. Look, who cares what your friend thinks? Who cares what previous colleagues think when you walk back? Who cares? You're telling me they've never made a decision that they regretted? They've never made a decision that didn't work out for them? They've never decided, you know what? I'm coming back. Lily, you with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Here's what it boils down to. The questions that I would ask, is this the right move for me for the future I want? And you said just a moment ago, it absolutely was. So learn your lesson. Swallow your pride, because that's what this is about. It's your pride. And we all have pride. I don't want people to say that I'm a loser. I don't want people to question why I left. Who cares? Tell them. And you're back. The fact that you get a second chance, this is huge. You ought to be celebrating that. Take the gig. 844-747-2577. Hey, there's all kinds of emotions around the job search and then the process of actually applying. We all don't want to be rejected. We don't want to do all the research and try to find the thing. Oh, gosh, am I a good match? It's just awful. And that's why we've partnered with ZipRecruiter. They figured this out. They know what they're doing. Their technology is second to none. Here's what happens. You go to ZipRecruiter.com right now. You take that Ken Coleman resume or your own version. It's not as good as mine, but you get it. And you apply. You create a profile and you put you put the resume up there. Profile and resume. Here's what ZipRecruiter does. 2 really effective strategies. By the way, it's free. They're going to start shopping you out. They're promoting you. They become your actual virtual recruiter. And they start pitching you to companies because they match up your profile and your resume with jobs that are already listed from companies that are using their service. The companies are paying ZipRecruiter, you're not. So here's what happens. You get matched and companies call you directly. You talk about simplifying the process. Some of you are just sending 50 resumes out on LinkedIn and sitting around waiting. Don't do that. Sign up with ZipRecruiter for free right now. ZipRecruiter.com. Sign up. 1 click and let them start working for you. Companies are going to call you directly and then you use everything else I teach you. Why wouldn't you do this? This is a free, almost effortless addition to your already existing strategy. ZipRecruiter.com. Go right now. All right, coming up. U.S. workers, shocker, the most stressed out workers in the world. Why? What can you do about it? And more importantly, leaders, how do you help people with this?
Our world is changing, but so are we. Now, we see a smile through someone's eyes. We conquer our struggles and cherish each moment because we are shielded through faith and assured by hope. And greatest of all, we love. The world is different, but so are we.
Welcome back to the Ken Coleman Show, where we help you discover what you were born to do. And we don't stop there. Then we help you with the plan, the clear path up that mountain to your professional pinnacle, where you truly work like no one else because you get beyond the dream job. You truly are giving yourself away. truly contributing what you know you were born to do. 844-747-2577 is the number. 844-747-2577. Hey, reminder, KenColeman.com. A ton of great resources that are free. And then, of course, we have our store where you can buy really, really cheap but crazy valuable resources, passing directly on to you. KenColeman.com. Also, you can check out the Ken Coleman Show on Facebook, at Ken Coleman on Instagram. Love for you to engage with us on social media. All right, it's time. I'm always keeping you people up to date because I am a man of the people. It's time for In the News. New Gallup survey, Gallup's Global Workforce Report, shows that 57% of U.S. workers reported feeling stress on a daily basis. Now, when I see things like this, these headlines, this stuff kind of irritates me. So there's something below this, but I'm just going to comment. How is it that it's only 57%? How is it not 100%? Joe, do you ever have a day where you don't have any stress at work?
No.
Nathan, you ever had a day where they have no stress, not even one stressful thought?
No.
Yeah. So shouldn't it be 100%? So these surveys and these headlines, I got to tell you, it irritates me to no end sometimes. However, there is a little bit deeper story here, which is why, of course, I'm sharing it. What they're calling stress is, we're talking about deep, deep stress where it is affecting you tremendously, mentally and emotionally. But good grief, we all experience stress. The question is, how much stress, how often? So how much stress during the day, how often are you in major, major stress? Our audience is nearly 60% women, so ladies, listen up. The stress spikes were especially acute for women in the last year. 62% of working women in the U.S. said they had daily feelings of stress. So that's really what we're talking about. We're talking multiple parts of your day, if not a high percentage of your day. Because stress is the deal. That's just part of the deal. So, I'm not sure what the U.S. connection is. I think it'd be a reach for anybody. But I'm going to tell you what the source of this is. This is poor leadership. It's poor leadership. Now, you read articles like this and they put experts in this and they talk about, well, you need to help them with wellness and blah, 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 blah. And companies do need to provide great resources that help with wellness. But it's bigger than that. The first issue is leaders are walking around in their own stress, in their own issues, and they're disconnected from their team, from their people. And so they're not aware of what's going on with the individual and their team. You know, I taught on this recently on this show, and I tried to simplify leadership. There's a lot of people who are moving into leadership, and it's a function of being promoted, and you're going to be promoted into leadership. And I get a lot of questions. Ken, I don't have any leadership experience. Am I ready? Am I ready? Am I ready? I say, you're ready. Because at the end of the day, you can win as a leader if you do two things. You ask two questions. The first question is, how are you doing? This is a personal question, not a professional question. How are you doing? The second question is, how can I help you win? That's the professional question. Now, I taught on that. Now, here's the deal. If you as a leader are doing this with your team, guess what? The stress, the what I would call chronic stress, which is what this is really referring to, those levels are going to drop. Because as a company, you shouldn't just, we're going to create this blanket program for everybody. No, we'll have the blanket programs that help with wellness, but we as a company are going to be intentional to have leadership conversations and leadership connections. Leadership conversations and leadership connections. Conversations with the whole team of leaders. Hey, what's going on when you connect with your team? That's what I'm talking about. If you as an individual leader and across the board, leaders, CEOs, hear me on this, or leaders of leaders, you should be making sure that your leaders, not just you, but your leaders that you're leading are asking those questions on a regular basis. How are you doing? That's a personal question. How can I help you win? That's a professional question. You're getting that data, then you need to do something about that data. Not just do it and feel good that you ask questions, you listen. No, you need to act on it. And when you do this, as a whole, all the leaders in the company should be coming together going, here's what I'm hearing over here in my area. Here's what I'm hearing. Here's what I'm seeing over in my area. And when you do that, now you got your finger really on the pulse. And now we can do specific things. So here are some categories as you begin to gather this data. As a company, as a leader, you need to be figuring, okay, hey, how am I helping people win in the office? That's their business, the career side of things. How do I help them in their social life? Or there may be stuff going on behind the scenes. How can we help? How can I help? How can I help them in their finances? You know, we have Smart Dollar, which is a wellness program for companies all across the United States. That's a wellness benefit. It's helping people with budgets. And they're winning in their personal life with money. They're going to be happier at the office. Duh. Physical well-being. And then community in the office. So let me go over that again. If you think about, as a leader, are you in tune? Are you developing, pouring into your team in their work, in their social life? That's that home life, financial life, physical life, and then community in the office. Watch the stress levels drop. Hey, leaders, I think sometimes we make this so stinking hard, largely because we aren't connected. We aren't in tune. And here's the benefit of this. When you begin to do this, others will do this organically. They'll start to do it among themselves as a team. And watch the community relationship and the community building in the office. Watch it grow. Watch it take off. And without realizing it, your culture, even on your team, if your company as a whole is not doing it, watch your culture become a lighthouse for the rest of the organization. Just watch it. It's fascinating. That's what we need to do, leaders. This stress, this is on us. We got to help our people. And it's not just about programs. At the end of the day, it's about connections and conversations. All right, my time is almost up. But before I let you go, I want you to know that you matter and you do have what it takes. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, this is the Ken Coleman Show. Press on.